collagen at 7 o'clock.
Yes.
2 scoops, and then I do at 11 o'clock my AM, and I sip it on that now until 4 o'clock.
So that's exactly right.
Okay.
So the difficulty with this class is people call things different things, and I've done that too, guys. I look back 30 years in an accelerator. I call it a coffee drink, whatever. The first thing you're going to drink in the morning is going to be something that's going to enhance your immune system, repair your gut, and it's going to be rather low calorie. All right. That is your pro collagen, your coffee collagens. You put your glutamine in there. That's the stuff that's going to pave you, repave you, and build you up. A lot of you guys have gut issues. You're inflamed in the gut. If we don't fix that, no weight's going to come off of you, and your brain isn't going to heal. Okay, so we focus on that. Some people will place that into their systems using a carrier. All a carrier is a liquid. We are going to recommend that you use a coconut milk, not a coconut water, a coconut milk. All right. We don't recommend almond. We don't recommend soy. We don't recommend those things. We recommend this because you guys also want to lose body fat, right? So that's one of your goals. So you put your collagen with a bacteria in it. All of this is already figured out for you. That's why we've done it this way. We put red Korean ginseng into there. This young man found red Korean ginseng on Williamson Road, correct?
Well, no, it was on Bramilton Avenue.
Bramilton Avenue. So you can shop local. I get it from the Amazon, okay? And you guys understand what I mean by that. So the coffee. So so this young lady is talking about coffee. The coffee, we do really warn you, if you're going to drink coffee, you want to make sure it's low mold. Low mold coffee, you do have a Fabula choice. You have a Life Boost. That's up here if you want to take pictures of those. I haven't found those local. I'm not saying that won't be local eventually, but I have not found it locally. Bulletproof is also one that, and is that local? Earth Fair. Okay, all right. So yeah, and you know, so if you're a coffee drinker, we do really ask you to start focusing. We're cleaning you up. If you're continually putting mold into your system, it's a waste of your time to come into this class. It's going to really damage you, you know, and you're not going to lose any weight with molded coffee. So, sorry, Miss Fabula. Oh, they're good. Miss Fabula wants you to know that she is Fabula. That's one of the brands. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
But I'm up rambling around. Can I go ahead and start my AM blend before I do the accelerator? Because I gotta have something to drink before 11 o'clock.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, why don't you join us at 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. then? Oh, really? There's a reason, there's a method to the madness here. And it has to do with you are on what is called time-restricted eating patterns. And there's a reason, because the research shows that if you're not, there's going to be some big problems with a very powerful hormone called insulin. And the more of that stuff you release, the more chance you're going to become demented. And that, in my opinion, should outweigh waistlines and how you look in a bikini. Now, don't get me wrong, waistlines and how you look in a bikini is important. But losing your blooming mind, okay? We're actually showing you the first course of how to regrow brains inside your skulls. And that's what you're doing. But to do that, I need to teach you time-restricted eating patterns. Because if you're continually releasing insulin, insulin's released with good foods, guys. I need you to minimize that release. So if you're having a problem, wait until 11 a.m., then yes, you can drink your big pink drink in the morning. Or start at 6.
Could you go like 7 to 4?
You could go 7 to 4. Guys, these are templates to give you. Make it work in your real life. Guys, if you can't make this work in your real life, if there's too much friction with this process, your brain will say, stop, I'm already stressed enough. So you need to make this as invisible to mama, the brain, as you can. And if she's happy, she's going to keep going as long as she's looking better and better in the mirror. That's important. She needs to see results. So you make it simple.
The pH in the morning is supposed to be 7 or is it supposed to be reversed?
The pH strips that we provide you guys are to use to test early in the morning. We sent you a video. Is everybody getting their videos? This young lady is not getting the video. Can we make sure? Who in here is getting their videos? Okay, the videos will be coming to you in the email that you've given us. So look at your emails, and please, the next time, make sure if you're not getting your emails, please let us know. Oh, okay. And Liz is saying that you might need to look if it's being buffered or blocked or screened for spam. It might be in their promotions. Yes.
When did it go out? Question.
Standardly, it will be going out. Oh, okay. Yesterday it went out at about 5.
Because I didn't get it until right before I came today.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I mean, that's not your fault.
Well, no, I'm the one sending them. That actually is coming from me. It's only going to you guys. All right. It's really okay. Well, that is the boss. That is the boss. Are we ready to roll?
Is this what we need for that?
Hold that up for me. See what the young lady has? That is what we're referring to. That is what we're referring to. And you test what you do on the video. It shows you how to do it. You basically just spit out what's in your mouth, especially if you're mouth breathers. That's nasty. Tape those mouths shut. Please. I'm telling you, that one thing, when you master that, that's a postural aberration that affects your nitric oxide level. Low nitric oxide is stroke and heavier insulin resistance. And you cannot afford that, not as you're getting older. You cannot. So please correct the mouth breathing. Test it after you spit, clean batch, 10 seconds, turn it green. If you're not turning it green, it means you're waking up acidic, which is not a good place for you to be. You will notice, though, after your glutamine coconut protocols, you will become very alkaline in the oral cavity. So I hope that answers your question.
One other thing.
Hang on one second. Yes, ma'am. You had a question?
Oh, I ripped off the KT tape.
That's okay, baby. That's because your brain feels like I'm trying to kill you. Listen, when we look at the brain scans, we recognize you guys have very overactive amygdaloid complexes, more than likely from past trauma. Hello, if you're an American, just look at your last 3.5 years if you want to see if you've been traumatized. All right? When that area of the brain experiences suffocation, your pH will become very acidic. There's a receptor site in your fear center for pH. How strange is that? You guys are going to figure this out in the very, very end of life. This guy knew what he was talking about. And I'll tell you, it ain't sourced from this brain if you see what that looks like. Well, actually, it looks pretty good now. But so, sweetie, when you're taping your mouth closed, you're becoming more acidic because you're having a problem breathing through your nose. And we need to fix that. Now, the more you force yourself to breathe through your nose, the more you open up your sinuses and release your own natural antihistamines, and it gets easier and easier and easier. I got it. I understand what you're saying. It's scary. But fix The mouth, please. So important that you guys fix the breathing process. All right.
What I was gonna say about the, back when you were talking about the PA, drinking the PA, is what I do is I don't have a big one. I'm thinking about buying that big one. Pretty much, but I got two little ones, and I do both of them and carry both of them to work
Yeah.
with me.
You're talking about your big pink drink.
Right, and I start drinking. I take it out with me when I start working at 9,
Okay,
and I kind of just sip on it all day long.
that's fine.
Sometimes
That's
when I
fine.
get back home, I get home about 3. I finish the second one.
What's more important in your windows is not when it begins, it's when it ends. And you need to end it and end it hard. And if you don't, then you're going to really cripple the process that we're trying to show you. Okay? So I'm going to start up. Are we good to go? Brother, are we good? I'm looking good? Excellent. Excellent. Yes. Excellent. Let's see what I have for you guys. Hopefully, I won't mess this all up.
All around me are familiar faces, worn out places, worn out faces. Bright and early for the daily races.
Hang on a second, guys. Sorry.
Going nowhere. The tears are filling up their glasses. No expression, no expression. Hide my head, I wanna drown my sorrow. No tomorrow, no tomorrow. And I find it kind of funny, find it kind of sad. Dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. Find it hard to tell you, find it hard to take. When people run in circles, it's a very, very bad world. Children waiting for the day they feel good. Happy birthday, happy birthday. And I feel the way that every child should sit and listen, sit and listen. To school when I was very nervous. No one knew me, no one knew me. Hello, teacher, tell me what's my lesson. Look right through me, look right through me. I find it kind of funny, find it kind of sad. Dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, I find it hard to take. People run in circles, it's a very, very bad
So my mother passes away from cancer. And I go to see her, And she's surrounded by AM blend. She's surrounded by her pro collagen. None of them are open, by the way. And I got pissed. I'm a believer. I believe I have a connection with God through what is called the Holy Spirit. And I felt I was told to shut my mouth and love her. And I did. My father died from cancer. And I called him up. The cancer he had was very aggressive. And I said, Dad, we just had a woman completely delivered from the same kind of cancer. And I sent him a boatload of the stuff that you're doing. He says, son, no thanks. I'm going to stick with UCLA. They got some new stuff they're doing here. And I got pissed. But I was convicted. And my wife says, hey, your dad's on the phone. He wants to talk to you about nutrition. I said, yes. I said, Dad, are you ready? Because no, I'm not interested in the cancer stuff, but I understand that you can get me 6-pack abs. So we have a woman come in today. She's been on a medication for severe migrainous activity. Was she 35 years? And she's already coming off of that. We praise the Lord for that because that's massive. You guys understand that? But what she said to me was, I haven't lost any weight. And I realized something just hit me. It isn't about healing. It's about beauty. And I totally get that. For I am so beautiful myself. And I want to get even more beautiful. So, guys, thank you for putting up with me. I will put up with you. And we will move forward as a group. Honor this process. If I have a farmer in here, they say, you stole that from us. That's exactly right. That's a soil cycle. Because the body, if you look at it as if it's your garden, you will learn to grow fruit or you will grow weed. And I don't mean the stuff that you're using for the glaucoma. All right. You learn to reduce toxicity. You address deficiency. You positively stress the system and you rest the system. And you repeat until you're dead. And if you do that, you will see the full manifestation, in my belief, of what you were created to be. If not, you will see the demented version of you. You will see the obese version of you. You will see the cancer-filled version of you. Okay? Now, I'm going to tell you, that is not your original design. Jeremiah is going to tell you, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you, not to harm you, to give you a future and a hope. Where does it say cancer in there? Huh? It doesn't. This is what the world has for you. I'm going to show you a way back to your original design. And if you're willing to follow the process of dealing with toxicity, understanding deficiency, positively stressing. People, I don't need any more stress. Yes, you do. But it needs to be a positive stress applied for a short period of time and then rest the body. And she will respond by giving you that bikini form, that energy that you desire. Somebody's what? Regrowing somebody's hair? Is that what you said? All right, we'll see about that. I mean, that's possible. That's possible. Oops. It's moving, but this is not coordinating itself here. There we go. Thank you, bro. Toxicity number 1, liver acids. So when we tested you for liver acid. We will test you session 4. If you were found to have high liver acids, this is what you're going to do. Avoid fructose. Avoid fructose at all costs. I will tell you, even if you don't have elevated liver acids, still avoid fructose. Fructose gets in the way of liver function, will lead to fatty liver. High fructose corn syrup is the same, not the same thing, but it is just as damaging. So avoid that like kryptonite, all right? Fructose. Where do you get fructose from? I cringe when my cancer patients tell me they bought a blender and they're juicing. Don't. Your original design, you had access to fruit maybe 90 days out of your year. And the fruit you got your hands on, you didn't squeeze and pull the juice out. You ate the whole thing. The darker, the better when you're eating fruit, but I would minimize your fruit. Now people say, hey, fruit's good for you. Listen, Eve, don't eat the fruit. And by the way, when God breathed into you, read it in Genesis. He didn't breathe through your mouth. He breathed through your nose. You want to know where I'm stealing all this stuff? Read the Bible. All right, Pastor? Sorry, I'm taking it from you. You are going to transfer your desire for fruit over to vegetables. Fibrous vegetables. Other than kale, cauliflower, and broccoli. Kale, cauliflower, and broccoli. Are you guys here to get six-pack abs and look beautiful? Trust me, I'm going to get you there. All right? When we go into the cutting phase of this program, which will be next week, you'll begin cutting, even though some of you are down 12 pounds already. You're not supposed to lose any weight when you're cleansing, but more power to you. I know your other ones are like, you go dirty box. They're the prom queens. You're in the marching band, honey. Sorry.
Now, am I hearing you right? Those 3 you don't want.
You do not want the 3 I just said. And if you want to know the fruits that'll wicked you, apples are number 1. Number 2 is your banana. Number 3 is your mango. Number 4 is your pineapple. What are you noticing about those? If you cut them open, they're lighter skin. In this case, white is not right. The darker, the better. And don't drink the juice. Eat the fiber and the vitamins within it. Okay, if you're going to eat fruit. You can eat fruit to a degree on this program unless your liver acids were elevated. And it means you are getting ruined by fruit. Sorry. Remember, when we test you again, I want that thing to be 0, right? We don't want that thing floating around in your body. That penetrates your brain and does damage to the brain. Avoid fructose, avoid red meats, avoid beer. You two especially. They're eating like raw meat and pony cake. You guys had that pizza and that beer come in on Thursday. I saw that. These things are very high in the liver acid that we're trying to avoid. All right. Now, if you love red meat, I'm not saying don't eat red meat. Just make sure it's organic, grass-fed, and prepared properly. I would not suggest cooking on propane. If there's a way you can cook on or smoke on the charcoal, is the way to go. I mean, I love good meat. However, I don't do well with this acid, so I don't eat red meat. But that's red meat. I can eat chicken. I can eat fish. And by the way, if you don't know it, when you're drinking your collagen, you're eating fish. And that's why your cholesterol level will look so good if you ever get your blood work done. I'm like, I'm not eating any fish. My wife said my cholesterol level was down to as low as it's ever been. So you're eating fish all day long. I hate fish. I don't like fish. She goes, duh, you wrote the formula. That's what you're using. Drink mold-free coffee. It actually has been found if you have elevated liver acid, uric acid, coffee will excrete it from your body. So if you're elevated in your UA, when we tested you, start drinking coffee and it will help you bring it down. It cannot be molded coffee. Increase L-glutamine, ACV, and vitamin C. Okay, here's the deal, guys. You're on a program, you're already getting glutamine, vitamin C, ACV. Or ACV is apple cider vinegar. But this, if you ever have anybody suffering with gout or uric acid or kidney damage or kidney stones, this is what we do for the non-metabolic person. Put them on L-glutamine. We put them on ACV, apple cider vinegar, and we put them on either a dark cherry or a tart cherry. We prefer them to eat it, but in this case, if it's low sugar, we'll actually have them drink it. Avoid niacin supplementation. Niacin, B3, is in some of your vitamins. The young lady was asking about vitamins. If your uric acid level is up, then you stop that vitamin immediately. Because B3 niacin can damage in this case, can damage the liver and elevate your uric acid levels. I know it sounds strange. You know, it's a good vitamin, and it is a good vitamin, but some of you don't process it very well. So keep an eye on that. Deficiency number 1 is nitric oxide. This one is so important. This is why I'm having you tape your mouth shut. This is why I'm having you drink. We extracted what they find in beets, because most of you don't drink beet juice or eat beets, but beets is fantastic for nitric oxide. So if you can ferment beets, put them on your salads, more power to you. I can't. You like pickled beets? Eat away at pickled beets. Eat away at pickled beets. There's no sugar in my pickled beets. There pickled beets. Do you have sugar in yours? How'd that happen? Oh, it's in the process of fermentation. No, it's not. It's not active sugar, unless you guys make it some other way. Then again, your sweet tea is mine. You could kill somebody with that. What are you guys thinking out here? I'm still Californian.
I'd have to look at.
That's the problem. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. That explains it.
I'd have to look at the little cans of beet juice. I mean, it's on the shelf, but I mean, is that
not a problem? Listen. What we extracted out of the beets is in your AM blend. If you're drinking your AM blend, then you don't need to find beets. However, as you're asking me, listen, it's not all about supplementation. Eat food, guys, but eat food that's going to help you. So if you can get some pickled beets, cut them up. I taught you guys about the pickles that are soaking in turmeric. I chop that stuff up, throw it in the olive oil, and then I put 1 organic egg in there. And away I go. I'm going to teach you guys that down the road. As you cut, you're going to start food cycling. Right now, I just want you to eat within your windows and clean. You're going to really go after cleaning this week.
I think the jarred pickled beets, you better look. It might have corn syrup.
Really? Yeah, be careful. I'm sorry, guys. Be careful. Yeah. I mean, I recommend, guys, all foods are available to you. I'm not anti-food. I'm anti-chemicals that are not allowed in other countries, but are being put down your kids' throats. Ah, that's good too. Very good. What I'm going to tell you guys is whatever causes you friction, you're going to stop. Whatever causes you to do more, you will stop. So I have to be real careful with your brains because you will reject even things that will heal you. You will reject them. So be careful with, don't get me wrong. You want to prep up food and do that more power to you. I'll show you how to prep food for the week down the road when I'm training you like the bodybuilders I want to turn you into. But I can get you to drink a little coffee in the morning if your brain thinks it doesn't know it's coffee collagen. I can get you to drink something faster that might actually taste pretty good and hydrate you. And as long as you're seeing that you're getting the six-pack abs, you're going to keep doing it. But if I push you any further than that, you're going to start to bark. So remember that. Anything that causes friction, you're already overworked, guys. So you've got to gently work this in. All right? Gently work it in. I need you training. I'm going to train you like bodybuilders. And you're not even going to know you're in the gym because you won't be in a gym. But I'm going to show you the protocols that you can do throughout the day that will kick your metabolism through the roof. And you won't even know you're training because you're going to be watching Netflix as you do it. Consume AM Blend daily. Stop mouth breathing. Yeah, go out on a date with that guy. Mouth's already open. Anyway, stop mouth breathing. Please work on that. The head will be carried anterior. That cuts off the G flow. The G flow is what they're finding. If you have good lymphatic flow, you're not going to get demented, or you're going to have a much lower chance of becoming demented. Well, when your mouth is dropped down, all of this tightens, it pulls you forward, ruins what we're doing with you chiropractically. If you don't have a chiropractor, get yourself a good one. If there is such a thing. Some lady comes in, you know a good chiropractor? I said no. Yeah, Dr. Karen, that's right. She's retired. Stop mouth breathing, consume AM Blend daily. So this is to get your nitric oxide level up. Drink ginger tea or low sugar ginger ale. You guys starting to figure this out? I'm not just giving you suggestions just to give them. I need that nitric oxide level up because it's crashing after the age of 35 in you guys. And that's stroke, that is weight gain, that is a bad life because the arteries start to tighten down. If I get nitric oxide levels up on you, you will open your arterial flow, whether it's blocked or not, by 60 full %. That saves you from a heart attack. That saves you from a stroke. So breathe through the nose, drink the AM Blend, ginger ale, low sugar. That's what I have you guys. Some of you guys are doing that at night with your PM Blend and your Pro Collagen. That's another thing to bring your nitric oxide level up. Eat green leaf vegetables and fermented beets. Again, I guess you guys throw sugar into your beets here. You throw everything else is sugar in your beets. Okay. Try a heart attack walk. Try to get 5,000 steps in a day.
You don't count how many steps you take. Start slow. Go until you feel like you have to gasp. Not terrible. Gentle with your body. You guys ready? Here we go. Breathe in. Breathe all the way out. Really breathe in.
And you can breathe in through your nose after you've done this because you need to hyperoxygenate.
Get it going. Okay. Now, continue to breathe only through your nose. In and out. Keep walking for 30 seconds. Let your body normalize. And in 30 seconds, we're going to do it again. And what we're going to do is we're going to stop breathing, blow the air out, stop breathing, and walk as many times, as many steps as you can before you need a gasp. Okay, we're about there. Here we go. Constitutional. That is your heart attack walk. Once a day. Stop breathing. Count how many steps you can do. And I might make it to 9, might make it to 12, might make it to 15, might make it to 21. Just keep going. We're trying to get our bodies used.
This takes your metabolism through the roof if you're willing to do it. So if you're already walking for weight loss and you start adding this, it'll kick your weight loss up by another 25, 30%. So you guys understand how to do that? Yes, and the dog had a wonderful constitution. And by the way, you guys better have that too if you're looking to weight loss. Because if you're holding on to that stuff, you should be taking a nice Titanic dump every 19 hours. I standardly will do 5,000 to 10,000 steps. That would be 2.5 to 5 miles. Try to get that done 3 times a week if you can. All right. And by the way, walking is incredibly powerful. Very powerful. You guys don't need to be in a gym, but I do want you to try to get out into the weather. The sun does something to you. The weather does something to you. The walking does something to you. We don't understand why, because the truth is a walk like that burns 2 or 3 Oreo cookies. I eat sleeves of Oreo cookies. So how am I losing weight? Because it's more than the calorie burn. It's the nitric oxide being released. It's the lymphatic pump. It's the muscular stimulation that's occurring. You guys have got to get this. And you also have to start to manage this and measure it. Okay? Wear your Fitbit. Wear your Oura Ring. Measure what you're doing. And you'll start to move what you're doing. And you'll start to challenge yourself. You guys love challenges. So do it. That's a heart attack.
Yeah, I'll do what I can, but I have a hard time walking.
That's all right, brother. We're going to find something else for you.
Okay.
We like to customize. Stressor number 1. So we're going to put you guys under stressors. Positive stressors have to be applied to your system. Stressor number 1, TRE, time restricted eating. Turns out this stresses your body, but the more you do this, like walking and like weight training, guess what happens? This gets easy. You know, people, I can't stop at 3 p.m. Now you can easily stop at 3 p.m. In fact, I now have people that are on a hardcore protocol. They stop at 1:30. They go from 6 a.m. to 1:30. Well, Jackie does that easily. But, you know, when she first started, that was hard. This is just training. It's metabolic and mental training. That's all it is. So basically what we're teaching you here is understanding how to stop releasing insulin and start kicking up what happens with TRE. Yes, sir.
After the 3 o'clock, is it still okay to continue your 64 hours or even more AM blend or even water with lemon?
Yes, it's fine. Absolutely fine. You can also drink water. But yes, you can continue your peak drink. So this is not fasting, but it has fasting benefits. Look at these benefits that you're getting from TRE. At 4 to 8 hours, 4 to 8 hours, your blood sugar falls. Everyone in here needs to bring their blood sugar down. Everyone in here needs to bring their blood sugar down. All food has left the stomach. Insulin is no longer being produced. That's the key right there. Once you stop producing insulin, you're going to reduce your risk of dementia and many types of cancer. All right? At 12 hours, food consumed has been burned. Digestive system goes to sleep. That allows it to heal. Body begins healing process. Isn't that interesting, Jackie? It's after we stop eating for 12 hours, we start to heal. If anybody here has a limb that's injured or a back that's injured or has areas that need to be healed, you better understand this. That starts happening at 12 hours. Digestive, so the body starts healing. Human growth hormone begins to increase. Glucagon is not relaxed in the balanced blood sugar. It is released. That means your liver, that fatty liver of yours, starts to release what's causing it to be fat. That all occurs at this rate. We haven't fasted yet, guys. If you're doing this 6 a.m. to 3 p.m., you're only doing 15 hours without food. That's easy, right? If you're 11 to 7, you're 17. That's a little better. And the final one, that's a hardcore hitters. They're at 17, but their 17 is better than your 17. For some reason, if you do your eating in the circadian clock in the front of it and let your body have no food before it goes to bed for about 8 to 10 hours, crazy amount of body fat comes off of you. Crazy amount of body fat. When we do our stats on you guys, and we're not looking for weight loss, but that is what you guys are looking for, you will find that if you looked at our 6 to 3ers, they have dominated the weight loss process. Don't get me wrong. 11 to 6, more power to you, because that's real. Low friction, you can make that work with your family, right? Some of us don't care about our families. No, seriously, we don't. We care about how we look in a mirror. Yeah, right? Absolutely. Oh, my 14-year-old, it's like, he's been with me for like 3 days, and without his mama. He's crying like a baby. Can't wait for her to get back. It's cold pizza, warm beer for him. If he's lucky. And then, is this 7 days a week? What a great question. Do you want to be cancer-free 7 days a week? Do you? But let me get real with you, all right? If you guys do what I'm going to teach you, 80% of the time, you're going to have massive, massive healing. And you are going to be protected, in my opinion, from a lot of nasty stuff in the future. So go and enjoy your family's event. Go have some fun, okay? But I will tell you, you're going to feel better and better when you're on this rhythm. And you won't want to go back to eating late at night, because you're going to see how important sleep is and what eating after 3 p.m. is doing to you. But with all that said, 80% of the time, have some fun. But I would recommend for you guys, at least for the 8 weeks that you're with me, 7 days a week. 7 days a week. All right? Any questions? Yes, sir.
So I had a meeting that was last night, and I knew that I was going to have dinner there because you had to reserve it ahead of time.
Yes.
From the day before 3, I just fasted for 3 the day before. Until then, is that the right approach, or is there adjustments you can make if you know you're going to have?
What window did you choose? What window did you choose, brother?
6 to 3.
So what I would tell you is that's just going to be a planned event, right? That you had to do that. So when you're going to eat late at night like that, I would have chosen a protein with a fiber. I wouldn't have necessarily done what you did. I appreciate that. That shows me you are really energized, and more power to you. But I wanted this to become real to you. So it's 6 to 3, 6 to 3, 6 to 3. Oh, honey, we're going to go out. Have some fun. but you're not going to feel good. You're not going to sleep well. If you start to monitor it, your biometrics will say, what did you do last night? You just screwed everything up. But it's okay, because in my opinion, what I'm teaching you is how to clean up after you screw up. You have the next day. Okay? Unless the meal kills you. Yes.
So from the 11 to 6, the accelerator, can that be done at 9 or 10 before the AM blend? Or can I do the
Okay, now are you going to join us at 6 to 3?
Not right now.
Then it's going to be 11 is your first.
So my accelerator.
Correct. Now, if you want to cheat, I'll give you a quick cheat. The accelerator has protein in it, and you're using coconut milk, right? Let's just say that's a meal. That's going to affect your insulin. However, your water with your AM blend will not. So if you wanted to make your bigger drink up and start that in the morning, that would be fine. That's a cheat. That's a cheat. Apple cider vinegar will not interfere. She can put that in her drink. Yeah, she can put that in her drink. Absolutely. All right, we're good to go? All right, let's go then. Toxicity number 2 is blood sugar. Take a picture of this. This is something you guys have to get. Blood sugar in a healthy human body, we will be generating somewhere between 3/4 and 1 gallon of blood. In that, picture me holding a gallon of blood. In that, I can put safely 1 teaspoon of sugar. Safely. Anything above that will become toxic to the nerves, the bones, the brain, and the liver. Some of you are walking around with a pound of sugar floating around in your blood right now. And I thank God you're alive. It will kill you. It is that toxic. It is that toxic. Your goal in our metabolic university is to have an optimal range of 85 to 95 milligrams, and people that know about blood sugar and A1C of 4.7 to 5.4. And the reason we do this is you're going to be incredibly healthy at that level. That is optimal blood sugar. So how are we going to get you guys there when you're coming in at 124, 224, 324, 424? I got a guy in here, 1600. Surprised he's not blind. It's amazing what the body can handle. You got to give that body some credit there. 100 plus leads to cognitive decline. We will be screening you guys in the near future for brain function. You will find voltage and speed of brain. If your blood sugar, and this is a healthy brain, if we bring your blood sugar up, you will see it crash. And if you leave it like that, it will be brain fog, dementia. And that's how it rolls. So we've got to get your blood sugars under control. So how are we going to do it? Well, in my opinion, you're going to see, in my opinion, the top 3 causes of blood sugar elevation have nothing to do with food. That doesn't make any sense, does it? You figure it's a, triple thick milkshake. You think it's the brownie, right? The cookies, all that, right? No, it's not. It's not that at all. Your blood sugars are elevated for these 3 reasons: pain, poison, and people. Pain, poison, and people. I've got a kid going through chemotherapy. Crucial to keep his insulin and blood sugar under control. Why? Cancer cells have 21 times the receptor sites for insulin than normal cells. They got a sweet tooth more than you do, Miss Rizzo. Oh, sorry, Sandra D. Forgive me. A cell, round, circle, 21 times the receptor sites for insulin blood sugar. Your cancer cells, which you all have in your body right now, go nuts when your blood sugar is above 100. They're having a party in there. You guys get me here? So he's going through something similar. And I said, listen, buddy, we got to keep your blood sugar under control. But he taught me a hard lesson. Praise the Lord, he has been healed completely of cancer. Yes, ma'am. Praise the Lord. But he taught me something. He would monitor his blood sugar. Monitor your blood sugars. Monitor your blood sugars. Here, some of you, I'm not going to prick myself. They have devices that go onto your arm now. And I guarantee you, if you monitor your blood sugar and learn to keep it under 95, you won't need me to teach you anything. Your body will just go right back to the way it was supposed to be. That's how powerful blood sugar is. They're online. They're wearable devices. You've seen them. They're on Facebook. I don't think you need a doctor for them. Wearable diabetic monitors. Most people that aren't diabetics are using them for health and fitness stuff. And you can do that. Yes, ma'am.
As far as, do we need to get a certain number of calories per day though?
No,
Okay.
you do not. I've got you on nutrients that are going to feed your metabolically active tissue, and you're actually going to grow in your brain, your muscle, and your bone. So don't worry about calorie counting. Now, you don't need to do that in this. Don't worry, because you're getting nourishment without calories on this program. Back to the discussion. He's monitoring his blood sugar. I said, buddy, you're doing great, but you gotta stop cheating. On Thursdays at 3 p.m., your blood sugar is going up into the 300s. What are you doing? And he looked at me and said, Dr. Potter, I'm not cheating, man. I know. I mean, I'm the one here. I got the cancer, and he's doing really well. I said, but buddy, right here, 3 p.m., what are you doing? He says, Dr. Potter, that's when I'm having my chemotherapy. Now, what do you think his body thinks of chemotherapy? Talk to an oncologist. Talk to a medical person. It's poison. We are poisoning you. That's the best we can do now. In the future, they'll laugh. They'll say, do you know what we used to do to people? That's not how we'll treat cancer in the future. But it's all we have right now. So his body recognized the poison and shot the blood sugar through the roof. Where did he get the blood sugar from? Is it in the chemo? No. The blood sugar is stored within his musculature and his liver. And it violently spikes as if he ate a brownie. Are you guys hearing me? So we've got to get rid of poisons, not food. The number one poison I'm going to have you work on this week is bleach. Who in their right mind would drink bleach? Huh? Who in their right mind would drink bleach? You're doing it all day long, and you're giving it to your kids if you eat bread. Anything that does not say unbleached, it can say enriched, it can say fortified. It is bleached. And you better stop it, or you're going to ruin yourself, your blood sugars, and your kids. Don't worry, I'll show you this in just a second. But poison is mold, bleach exposure, heavy metals. The one below is important too. Toxic relationships. You would be amazed at what one phone call can do to your blood sugar. Huh? How does a phone call make your blood sugar spike? Because of the agitation, the toxicity of the relationship that you're in. It manifests in disease. Now, how are you going to handle that? Huh? Are we going to get rid? You know who it is, right? In your mind, you're thinking of them right now. Are we going to get rid of that person? No, we're not going to get rid of that person. But we're going to learn through deep sleep and restoration how to tolerate threat better. And things that used to upset you will stop upsetting you if you follow what I'm telling you to do right now. You guys hearing me? So even though that person will still be downloading and vomiting on you, it's not going to manifest an elevated blood sugar. I also recommend a book called Boundaries if you are truly dealing with a toxic relationship, for that will allow you to set the boundaries and say, honey, I love you, but when you start using those words on me, here's what's going to happen. And that's it. And I hold to that. I still love her, but she ain't going to use those kind of words on me. Okay? But that's important too. I'm not going to get into all that. Preacher, I'll have you come up afterwards. But when your brain starts to thicken and repair itself with your ginger ale at night, and you start getting deep sleep, you're going to be able to handle these emotional attacks without releasing cortisol, stress, steroid, and blood sugars. Guys get me? Okay. And that's our goal. So please, guys, work on your blood sugar. Yes, get a monitor if you can. If you can. Because I promise you, you're going to, oh, I didn't know that was elevating my blood sugar. I had no idea that salad. It wasn't the salad. It was the fact that you didn't read the PLU number and you ate organic, a GMO pesticide salad. You guys hearing me? Start letting your body lead. Stop using your brain so much. Let the body tell you what's right and wrong. And blood sugar will tell you what's right and wrong. Chlorine, bleached belly. You'll find chlorine in your coffee filters, Miss Fabula. White ain't right. Sounds racist to me. Coffee filters, tea bags, be careful. If you're using these things, go brown. Tap water, restaurant water is full of chlorine, and as you clean yourself up, the minute you taste it, you'll spit it out of your mouth. And if you don't, you'll get a stabbing stomachache when you get home. Why? What do you think bleach does to bacteria? Well, you use it to clean, right? It kills. You are spending money in this class to build healthy bacteria. Why waste it on cheap, crappy water? Stop drinking tap water. Stop drinking restaurant water. Enriched whole grains, breads, and biscuits. If it doesn't say the big word, unbleached, do not eat it. Nature's Own has an unbleached. Dave's Killer Bread has some of his stuff unbleached now. La Banderita is a tortilla that is unbleached. Be very careful with chicken. Oh, you should see what they do to chickens. They shower them when they're alive. Tyson does. With bleach. Then when they're dead, they float them in bleach. Don't you dare eat Tyson chicken until they clean their act up. Number two, everything that you get from fast food for your kids is Tyson's chicken. You are ruining their guts. You are damaging their livers. So other than, what is it, Chick-fil-A? 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 Is that right? Chick-fil-A is not Tyson? All right. You're going to have to prove that to me. Did you say praise the Lord? I'm sure Chick-fil-A saying that too. Dr. Tom, don't say nothing bad about it. You know, it's funny. Actually, one of the owners comes in here and, yeah, you're right. He did take me in the back there and show me the different oils. They're doing a good job in Chick-fil-A. I don't know where they get their chicken from. He was showing me what they fry their, they don't use soy oil. They use peanut oil. Yeah. Teeth whiteners, hair dyes, baby diapers, feminine products, and toilet paper. Yeah, right. Get the corn cob out, right? Here we go. Guys. Here's the truth. Sorry about that. Is that what they use in Ireland? Corn cobs? Oh, no. I guess it would be potatoes, wouldn't it? The potatoes. So teeth whiteners, I got to look beautiful, but I do have to wipe my teeth. Hair dyes. Oh, Lord. And let me tell you, you got to look, you got to keep it up going. Oh, you get to a certain age. So here's the deal. We're not going to be getting away from all of these toxins. So I'm giving you a way of cleaning yourself up when you have to use them. Now, are there different products out there that are unbleached? Believe it or not, they are. However, if it causes friction, what's friction? Give me an example of friction. Well, you're telling me to make up my own fermented beets. I ain't going to do that. I might smoke my own chicken. I ain't going to make that. So that's friction. Money, right? This stuff costs money. That's friction, right? Buying better food, that's friction because it costs more money, doesn't it? And you might even have to go somewhere else to get it. It's tough, isn't it? Sorry, guys. You guys got to play that game. You know what your resources are. You know what your time limits are. So you're probably going to have to expose yourself to less than quality stuff periodically. But I'm trying my best because I'm a realist to give you ways of cleaning up and protecting yourself in the future. Here's blood sugar control. Insulin resistance increases as the day goes on. Stop eating after 3 p.m. if you're diabetic. Sorry. Insulin resistance increases as the day goes on, making it more and more dangerous. Because if you can't get blood sugar into the muscle, guess what happens? It floats around in the blood and your blood sugar goes up. And when your blood sugar goes up, your brain goes down. Your ability to think goes down. And that's the ugly thing. Cancer cells are fed. So please understand the timing. As I wake up in the morning, that's when I have my Danish. If I'm going to do something like that, or a higher sugar thing. But as the day goes on, that same Danish sweet roll, what do you call them? Sweetbreads? No, you don't. You know what sweetbreads are? I could tell you what sweetbreads are, but we'd have to go from a PG-13 to R rating. So, as the day goes on, the same meal does more damage. You guys get me? And it affects you at a blood sugar level. It also, in my opinion, even more damaging to your brain because it affects your ability to get to deep non-REM sleep, which in this room, I don't see anybody in here that would naturally get to 2 hours of deep non-REM sleep. And that's what we're getting to you every day if you're doing what we're telling you to do. You will not naturally get there. I don't, what, 25 years old is what you're, 25? You're 25. You're our youngest person, 25 years old. Good for you. You look great for 25. It's tough to be 25 nowadays. Anyway. A 10-point swing in blood sugar will violently activate your appetite. Hangry. Oh, boy. And when we have to deal with you guys when you're hangry. You know how you know you're hangry? You got dark circles under your eyes. I see it in this room already. Dark circles. Dark circles under the eyes, pancreatic compromise. Huh? Come on. Don't go around somebody like that. Don't cut them off. But as you go through this process and control your blood sugars, you'll be able to go for long periods of time without food. That means you're getting muscular inside. You're getting stronger inside. You'll be able to go, after I'm done with you guys, you'll be able to go 36 hours with no food easily. I'm not going to do that, though. I will teach you some advanced stuff 8th week, but I'm going to tell you something. We've done the studies. This is much more effective than fasting. Much more effective. And it's so easy to do. Fasting's rough. Fasting's rough. I will show you how to fast in the future, but you're only going to fast once a month if you're going to follow what I'm going to recommend you do. I used to have you guys fast, my infusion fasters. I'd be having fast every week. Some will go 100 hours. And they did do some good things with their cellular repair, but it's unnecessary. It's unnecessary. I like to do things, I like to eat food, but I don't like to look like I eat food. I don't like to work out, but I like to look like I work out. I am the laziest person in here. I want the best ROI with the minimum effort. Because my mama, oh my, you talk about a diva. Woo! Don't mess with her up there. 10-point swing activates our appetite center. Good fats will stabilize your BS. Try celery stuffed with almond butter right before bed if you're wide awake at 2 a.m. Listen to me. If you're wide awake and sweating at 2 a.m., you're a diabetic. You got a problem. You got a problem. I'm hoping the ginger ale and the apple cider vinegar and the PM blend and the Pro Collagen will get you through. If it doesn't, this is how you get somebody who has crashed in the pancreas through the night. Because if they don't, their blood sugar will crash. It's dangerous to them. They'll break out in a sweat, and adrenaline will wake them up like somebody's trying to kill them. It's funny you say that because as estrogen goes down, blood sugar destabilizes. Are you what?
I'm asleep for a while, and then
I'm wide awake. I'm wide awake.
So 2 a.m. you're getting awake, and you're doing your 2 Pro Collagen, 1 PM blend, everything I taught you. You're doing all that. Consider what's written up on the board here. And that is celery stalk packed either with an organic peanut butter or an organic almond butter. See if that stops. If it doesn't, then it's estrogen is crashing, and then that'll stabilize because we'll get your blood. Once we get your blood sugar stabilized, your estrogen levels will kind of get not normal because you're losing estrogen. We'll get them more youthful. Yeah, that's happening to you at 25. That's early. Oh. Sugar squat when working at home to control blood sugar. You can drop your blood sugar by 60 points if you're willing to do a sugar squat. Okay. I'm honored to serve 3 patients that have cerebral palsy. None of them have blood sugar issues. None of them are obese. In fact, all 3 of them are incredibly lean. They eat like pigs. Do you guys know what cerebral palsy is? Where you have an injury at the brain and you're not mentally retarded. You're very bright, but you've got there is a specific, there's a specific contraction pattern that you can teach people that allows them to control their blood sugar through muscle contraction. They don't need insulin. They don't need metformin. They don't need pumps if they're willing to do these things. I'm going to introduce you to one of the things right now. It's called the sugar squat. I recommend this highly for people who are interested in getting healthier on this program.
Today I'll be demonstrating the sugar squat. This powerful enzymatic activity will set the metabolic momentum for your entire day. It will allow you to direct calories that are just placed into your body into our muscle bellies instead of our fat folds. It sets the hormonal pivot point and generates massive metabolic momentum for the entire day. Let's get started. First thing first, let's do some prep. We're going to need a few things. First, non-slip shoes for a stable base. Second, rubberized medicine ball so we can stabilize our spines. Third, we're going to need a timer. This is going to be a 3-minute duration, so we need to be specific with the amount of time we're.
If you're waiting for an elevator, you don't have a ball, you just put your fists together like this and squeeze.
Flat up against the wall. We want to position our feet very specifically, trying to get our knees at a 90-degree angle. If this is impossible due to pain, try your best to get close to 90 degrees. You always want to be wearing non-slip shoes, crucial for a good strong base. Next, we want to make sure that we have our medicine ball or leather ball between the legs.
Again, you can just take your fists, put them together, put them between your legs.
This is crucial so we do not build up pressure along our spinal cords, which ends up increasing inflammation and pain levels. The position is crucial, so let's get into it. This exercise is going to mimic or create metabolic momentum that allows our bodies to maintain a fat burning process for the entire day. Here's how it works. Caudal to cephalon, we're going to move a contraction of our pectoral muscles to our abdominal muscles down to our adductors. So basically from head to toe, we're going to hold a pectoral contraction for 10 seconds. Hold it as hard as you can. We then move to an abdominal contraction. So we're going to hold that for 10 seconds, as hard as you can. Now we're going to focus our energies on the ball. We're going to squeeze that ball as hard as we can for 10 seconds. What's going to happen is our bodies are going to begin to burn body fat and activate enzymatically. However, lactic acids are going to build up in our quadriceps and glutes. The way we're going to combat that is we're going to push hard into one leg, allowing the other leg to rest and drain the lactic acids. We call that punching the quad. We then move to the opposite leg, allowing the first leg to rest and remove that lactic acid. We then move our contraction back up to the pectoral region, then into the abdominals, back down into our thighs, and we reciprocate this rhythm. Our goal, 3 minutes. And wow, what an enzymatic activation that will be. In summary, the sugar squat should be done 3 times a week, preferably in the morning, to set that pivot point. Its duration is 3 minutes. The sugar squat can also be used after a heavy meal to allow your body to direct that excess calorie into your muscle bellies and away from those fat folds. The sugar squat. Enjoy the new and improved metabolic momentum that it will provide you.
So you're sitting on the couch, you put a ball between the legs and you squeeze and watch your movie. Now that's going to be more than 3 minutes. You're probably going to be able to hold that for a longer period of time. You're sitting on the couch and you do a toe raise and then you do a calf raise. Doesn't sound like it's doing anything, right? It's just basically you're sitting on the couch and you're raising your over and over again. There's a study that shows that those that fidget are much leaner, as much as 25% leaner than you guys. So that's pretty aggressive. People that still do that, and people will get up and do that kind of stuff. But a lot of people won't even, they just will sit on the couch. And if you put a medicine ball between your legs and squeezed and held that until you couldn't hold it anymore, you're going to have a workout. And all you're doing is watching a movie or working on your computer. You guys hearing me? That minimal tension is tremendously beneficial at lowering your blood sugar. You lower your blood sugar, the waistline goes down. It's as simple as that. So you've got to figure out how not to piss off mama, but to get that body actively toned. And the tone, as you learn from the cerebral palsy patient, is what keeps you lean. All right. So I'll literally just have people toe up and do calf raises for 60 seconds once an hour. Doesn't sound like it does anything. Watch how much weight they will lose. So they get up at work and they toe up. All they do, that's just for 60 seconds, once an hour, if you're willing to do that. When you're at a red light, hold your stomach tight. You got to figure out how to work this tonality into your real life. Instead of sitting there picking your nose at the red light, do something about it. Yes, they can see through your window, even though it's tinted, sweetheart. That is so wrong.
Did you see a 3-pound medicine ball, or could it just be any ball?
It could be any ball, but I'll tell you, if you have a medicine ball, 6, 8, 10-pound medicine ball, and you're holding that as you're watching Netflix, girl, you're going to start frying some stuff. Your goal is 6 minutes of TUT daily to control blood sugar. What does that mean? That means my 3-minute sugar squat got me 3 minutes of time under tension. That's all TUT is, time under tension. In the morning, I'll do a plank. I'll show that in just a second. I do that for 60 seconds. I just got 60 seconds of TUT in. Your goal, I'm up on my toes, back on my, that's 60 seconds. Maybe it's more. I just need you guys to try to get this week 6 minutes of TUT a day. And by the way, when you're doing a heart attack walk, when you're not breathing, that's considered time under tension. Did you hear what I said to you? When you're not breathing. Now, some of you are going to be able to hold that for 9 steps, 12 steps, 21 steps. Put a timer on it. Try to accumulate time under tension 6 minutes a day. All right, that's, you guys are beginners. That's your goal. That's hard to do, guys. That's hard to do. Deficiency number 2, deep non-REM sleep. I can't emphasize this anymore. If you're not reaching deep non-REM sleep, you are guaranteed cognitive decline, and you will continue to get bigger and bigger as you age. It is crucial, crucial, crucial for you to reach deep non-REM sleep. I can't explain it other than the brain scans are showing it. You guys hearing me? Sedation is not sleep. Ambien is not sleep. Bourbon is not sleep. None of that is sleep. None of it is getting you to deep non-REM sleep. Deep non-REM sleep only occurs from 10 p.m. to 12 midnight. Did you hear what I said? Did you hear what I said? I'm sorry. That's the rule. That's the law. Talk to God about it if you got a problem. This is why the night owls are becoming demented at a much higher rate than the larks that get up. Listen, I got a night owl. I got a bunch of people I love that are night owls. I got it. My teenagers tend to be night owls, right? But I make a deal with my teens, be in bed by 10 p.m. I hook them up on the PM blend, they're out within 2 minutes. And that 10 to 12 period is where you get the deepest sleep. Can you get deep non-REM sleep after that? Smaller amounts. But it comes off of how the sun is set up. I can't change the sun. Hey guys, I'm sorry, I can't change the sun. I know you think I can, but I can't change, what's going on with the sun. All right. So please, there is no G-flow. That means the filth that built up on you Monday, and I don't mean you're looking at filthy things. Don't be looking at filthy things, though. But I'm talking about the normal brain metabolism. When I was doing that sugar squat, what do you think happened to my quads? What do you think is going to happen to your quads when you're doing a sugar squat? They're going to start to what? That's why people don't do exercise. It's unpleasant, right? It hurts. Why does it burn? What? Lactic acid is produced when you contract muscle. That's normal. And I taught you how to drain the lactic acid. When you use your brain, you produce beta amyloid plaque. just like lactic acid. But if you don't have G-flow at night, which occurs when the neck is highly functional and rotational, first sign of dementia is this. They stop moving their necks. Very bad sign. That's why you need a good chiropractor. That's the first sign. But the number one thing that causes the problem of G-flow is it is only released during deep non-REM sleep. The brain shrinks and a fluid is then released in between the cells and it cleanses it. Then the brain expands and everything's clean. That only happens in deep non-REM sleep. Look at this poor soul, 55 years old. You see that? That is a low voltage brain. That is cognitive decline. They are moving towards dementia and they're 55. See that? No, look at this gorgeous thing. I mean, that's a brain on fire right there. Of course, of course it is. Of course it is. Oh, you know me. Give me a selfie, right? Well, that's a selfie of my brain. And the only one here, this X right here, guys, hairspray. My hairspray got in the way. I use a lot of hair product. Oh, God, do I? My wife is like, I'm toxified by every time you get your hair ready. Anyway, that one right there, there wasn't a good contact because of the hairspray. Anyway, well, you know how they do those. They do the 19 points on the head. Anyway, this is what we're looking for. You're looking at a 14 to 17 voltage, current in the brain. This poor guy is running at 6.5. Don't think it's, hey guys, this is the real deal. And this kid's younger than I am. He's 3 years younger than I am. This goes south real fast if you don't know what you're doing. Now, I will tell you, I had a brain like this. Brains can be restored. Don't give up on your brain. Trust me. I will get you guys to where you have double speed of the brain. We'll show that to you. And you'll have the voltage of a much younger, healthier brain, which is somewhere between 14 and 17 volts. Oh, yes.
Is the idea with the REM sleep, what if you're waking up after midnight and 2 o'clock, it's hard to get back to sleep? I mean, if I go to bed at 10 and I do sleep really hard, all of a sudden I'm awake.
What I would tell you, brother, is I would say monitor your sleep and show me what your sleep patterns are. As long as you're reaching 2 full hours of deep non-REM sleep, I have no problem with that sleep pattern. All right. You have a problem with it because you don't want to wake up at 2 a.m., right? But as long as you're getting that 2 hours of deep non-REM sleep, stay with the protocols that we're doing. It also suggests you're eating late at night. That is very common when you have food in your gut and your body. And remember, 3 p.m. is the cutoff point. So anything after 3 p.m., that's going to be in your stomach. Your stomach requires undulating movement and digestion. That requires serotonin. So the brain is not priority. What's in your gut is priority. Your brain will extract serotonin from, your gut will extract serotonin from your brain, bring it down the vagus nerve for digestion. Serotonin keeps you asleep. Serotonin keeps you asleep. So stop eating after 3 p.m. and you will start having longer, you'll have deep sleep and your wake up time will be probably 4:50, 5 o'clock. I know, brother. I see it in your face. I love my snacks at night. I got it. But check this out for a second. After 16 cycles on NBC, after 8 cycles, and this is brain fog, this is brain speed that you're going to get if you do what I tell you to do. Excuse me. Look at the difference. You think that's going to make a difference in the traffic that you're driving in? You think that's going to make a difference when you're trying to figure out somebody's ripping you off on Facebook, huh? Or getting into your bank accounts? You better have a sharp brain coming up because there's a bunch of wolves coming. I see it all the time. I see it all the time.
protein shake.
Yeah.
After you eat, is that considered food?
It is.
It is.
Sorry, brother. I hear you. I hear you. I like to train. The one thing that gives me solace is the PM blend and the 2 Pro collagens are giving me they're giving me what protein would give me without a whole without the effect of the food. So don't fret about that. Don't, if you like protein shakes, I would have that earlier part of the day or right after a workout. Right after a workout. But did you see how different that is? That is the most impressive thing for me when I see you guys change. I love to see your brains restored. A cycle is 1 week. Oh no, a cycle is 1 week. 1 week. Okay, so non-REM sleep. Stop eating by 3 p.m. Cool the core temperature down by 3 to 5 degrees. How in the earth are we going to cool the temperature down by 3 to 5 degrees, Jackie? Whoa, there she is. You're going to soak your Tootsies in ice. I guess they have to go a little bit deeper than the Tootsies, don't they? They have to go all the way to the vagus nerve. So here's the deal, guys. Miss Hot Sheets over here. I am so glad, like, you guys are trapped in here with me. Because, I mean, I'm like, what? This guy's a jerk. Anyway. So what does that tell you, ladies, about your core temperatures? If you're burning up, you ain't sleeping. I need to get you to cool your bodies down. How are you going to do it? Yes, Jackie is correct. 3 minutes in an ice bath up to your neck, including both vagus nerves. Now, are you guys going to do that? Some nuts are in here. I know you. You're part of our crew. Jackie and I will do it, of course. These 2 prima donnas, I don't think so, though. Sorry. Okay. So for the newbies, for the tenderfoots, you can take a ice collar, put it over your vagus nerve. The vagus nerves are basically your carotid arteries. And you strap it across about 30 minutes before you go to bed. That is nowhere near as good as ice baths, but it will begin to bring your core temperature down. Brother, you can also do that as well if you find yourself waking up at 2 a.m. All right. But you've got cold shower would work as well. Absolutely it would. Cool your core temperature down. Make sure you're not set at 75 degrees in your bedrooms. Keep it cool. All right. Sheets that ventilate. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be just sweaty hot. It's not going to work. Cool the temperature. Be asleep by 9:30 p.m. For me, 6 p.m. Drink the PM Pro Collagen apple cider vinegar 45 minutes before bedtime. Bubbles get it there faster. That's why I have you do it with ginger ale. But also, what did you learn about ginger ale? It lowers your liver acids. Monitor sleep with a device. This is mine. This is off protocol. That's pathetic. I got 9 minutes of REM sleep. But look at me on protocol. 2 hours and 7 minutes of REM sleep. 2 hours and 9 minutes of deep sleep. That is an Oura ring. Yes. You can also find these things on your Fitbits and your Apple Watches. I will tell you, people that are interested in the biometrics, the ring is nice because it doesn't. I don't do well with things on my wrists. I don't like stuff on me. But I don't even. This is so light. They're called Oura, Oura, Oura rings. So I want you to write this down. This is something I want you guys to know. REM sleep is evidenced by dream. So just write REM, dream. Then next to the word dream, write connections. Next to the word connections, write memory. And that's what REM sleep does. is it wires things together. Doesn't give you new things, wires pods of knowledge together, and then you have access to it quickly. Okay? When you do that, if you've had a traumatic experience in the past, and just start with us, you will wire consciousness together with your traumatic memory pod. That's where you're going to need your faith. But you will be able to walk through that memory pod, and you will be healed. But it's in there. I guarantee you, it's in there. So don't freak about that. The worst we've seen is 10 days of rough dreaming. You go into it with prayer, you're going to be okay. Amen. Yeah. But that's crucial for connections, memory. How come I've been talking deep non-REM sleep? Deep non-REM sleep repairs and thickens your brain. I didn't say connections. I said the actual meat of the brain. So you want a meaty, thick brain. You'll learn this term brain density coming up shortly. And by the time I'm done with you, you'll have the densest brains you could possibly have. You want dense, thick, wet, heavy brains with good connections.
And all that increases your brain speed.
Brain speed and connections. Your brain voltage, your brain speed, and then your memory all come in. And that is what brings your consciousness online, and that's where you get wicked smart. Wicked smart. Bubbles get it there faster. If you don't like carbonation, that's okay. But bubbles get it there faster. That's why we like a low sugar, no sugar ginger ale. Stressor number 2, gravity. Best against sarcopenia. And we just talked about this. So stressor number 2 this week is going to be 6 minutes of TUT. That means weight training, ladies, toe ups, squats, planks, that kind of stuff. Now, some of you are, I can't even do any of that. You can do a toe up. You can do a plank off of that board right there, right? Off of your kitchen sink, right? Little plank right off that. Put a timer on it. Go take a walk, heart attack walk, if you can do it. And that's just basically where you're blowing that air out and trying to. Now, you might not make it 1 or 2 steps. That's okay. Try. But here's the deal, guys. You guys were tested for sarcopenia today, and I don't think a single one of you passed. Sarcopenia is what's going to put you in a nursing home. Sarcopenia is a real deal. It is the wasting of strength. You cannot lose strength. You guys hear me? So don't play around with this. I don't think a single. Did you have one person pass? You had 2 people out of this group pass. All right. Passing number for a male was 100. Passing number for a female was 66. You can write that down. All right. So I can't do it here. Yeah, I can do it over here. Go to a door jamb. Put your palms onto the door jamb. Palms away from you. Head is down. You then relax your legs as much as you can. Your goal is to hang for 30 seconds. Now, I'm not full hanging, obviously, right? But it's going to posture you up. It's going to strengthen your grip. You've got to stop going into sarcopenia. It is what puts you in nursing homes. Even if I keep your brain healthy, if you do not keep your sarcomeres, that's your strength, your resilience, your grip strength, your quad strength. You've got to regain that. All right. How are you going to do it? I showed you the sugar squat. Let's see what else I got here, because I got to get you guys rolling.
Today, we're going to be describing and demonstrating our metabolic plank.
Oh, okay. This is a plank. I do this every morning. I do the spinal release, what I just showed you. I do the spinal release that I have not given them a video yet on. I'll work on that. And then I do this. This is the minimum I'll do.
To prepare for our metabolic plank, we're going to need a clear area to work out. We're also going to need a workout mat to decompress pressure points on our joints. We will also need a leather ball or medicine ball so we can stabilize our spine. We will also need to place a cloth towel down upon that mat to protect our skin from plastics, toxins, and dioxides.
Also goes through your skin.
And finally, a timer. And we will be going through a 5-minute cycle of this amazing metabolic activity.
And this is optimal.
You'll start
You guys don't have to start at 5
what
minutes.
I like to call posture prayer. You're going to place the medicine ball or leather ball, your choice, between your legs. You're going to gently squeeze the ball. You will get onto your stomach. You will be up on your elbows. You will be in neutral position. This will relax your neck, your mid-back, and your lower back, preparing the disc pressure perfectly for your metabolic plank. You will hold this rest position or posture prayer for 60 seconds, moving into the metabolic plank position. The metabolic plank position, you'll want your neck in neutral. You'll be holding your stomach tight. You'll also be contracting the adductors as you're holding the ball between your legs. You will reproduce the rhythmic contraction of the pectoral muscles for 10 seconds.
That's squeezing your
the
chest.
Abdominal muscles for 10 full seconds. And then finishing off with an additional squeeze of the adductors for 10 seconds. You're going to rhythmically cycle this process for a full 60 seconds. Once you finish your 60 seconds in the metabolic plank, you are going to rest for 60 seconds back in your posture.
Does that make sense to you guys?
You're going to repeat this.
So you're going to get 1 minute of TUT, and then you're going to get 1 minute of rest.
In summary, with your metabolic plank, never perform it without a ball between the thighs for stabilization of the spine. Never use a plastic ball, always a leather ball. We do not want dioxins, plastics, or endocrine suppressors being pushed into our bloodstream as we're exercising. You can move from a leather ball to a medicine ball as you get more aggressive and advanced with your metabolic plank. Perform your metabolic plank 3 times a week. The duration, you're trying to hold it for 60 seconds, but it's okay if you start with 10 seconds and work your way up. Always rest in the posture of prayer. This is crucial, for it is actually reminding your brain the exact position your spine should be in throughout the entire day. Enjoy the process. Enjoy your metabolic plank.
I think you're on full move.
That's okay.
Do you not have these on your big camp, your videos?
We do. We sure do. We sure do. And guys, do what you can do. You can get up onto that and you can hold. You can do that one. And that one you'll do 30 seconds. Maybe you could do a quad work with that sugar squat. And that's all. You don't need to go down. They got it. When you're dealing with neurological stuff and the vertigo. Oh, the knees. Okay. Yes. And that, well, and you know what? What you can do is, and I'll show you stuff for the knees in the next course, but working the front of the legs is a great thing for the knees. And I'll show you some stuff for that. So keys to success, visual cues, tape your challenge sheets up. You all have new challenge sheets. Okay. You're going to incorporate time under tension. Your goal is 6 minutes a day. You will be consuming a extractor in the morning, above and beyond what you've already done, and a binder at night. Those 2 things are called NAC for your extractor and a binder is charcoal at night. I will tell you 4 capsules of NAC, 4 capsules of charcoal, but I don't suggest you do that. I suggest you do 1 and 1. The charcoal, do not take medicine with charcoal. It will pull everything out of you. We are now going after what you've been mobilizing for 1 full week. You are now going after what's floating around in your body. If you do not go and get it, it will recycle itself. All right? And some of you are dealing with some pretty bad toxins. So we need to clean that up. So you're going to use NAC and charcoal. That's already been... Oh, tremendously. Tremendously. What can be measured? Hang on. One can be measured, can be managed and moved. So you're looking at your pH. Start taking your pH every morning. We're getting into big boy and big girl time now. And weigh yourself before you go to bed and when you wake up. Focus on cleansing, NAC in the morning, activated charcoal at night. Start with 1. Think of others when you move from a place of pleasure to a place of a positive stressor, including the older and better version of you. Honor the process to receive the promise. So here it is, guys. Implement your eating window. I would stay with the one you chose. Whatever one you've chosen, start getting regular with it because your body will get regular with you. I wouldn't recommend that unless you are going to be sticking with that one. You start flipping like that and the body gets mad. The body gets mad. Take 4 NAC in the morning. Obviously, I want you to start with 1 and work your way up. You already know the nostrils only, the MBC toothpaste. This is where you're going to be measuring your pH levels in the morning with what we've given you. Only this week. You're only going to do this week, but we're going to extract out stuff. And what comes out of your pee, what comes out of your poop is what you've gotten into earlier in your life. It may start smelling like gas. It may start smelling like chemical. It may start smelling like mold. That's okay. Get it out of you. You don't want that stuff in you. Spinal stretch and the metabolic plank. I already talked to you guys about that. The accelerator, the blood builder, the PM blend. Side challenges. Fermented veggies, pickles, sauerkraut, kimchi, pink Himalayan salt. I would this week prepare either the fried chicken or the triple burner soup because we are going to be using that in your cutting process. So you need to get good at making those. Your recipes are in there already. Look in the mirror. What version of you do you see? You got 4 versions that are going to be looking back at you. When you look into the mirror, it will show you. So be careful with the path you're taking. Because there's many versions of you. It's like the multiverse. But it really is. And none of us are immune from this. However, there's a path back to your original design. And that is our goal with you guys. So we're excited. We've got about 7 minutes prior to the class ending. So if you guys have any questions. Yes. Hang on 1 second. Man behind you. That's okay.
I'm just curious on the, if you're on a really restricted salt diet, I'm not really sure how to apply or for you.
You don't need to. The pink Himalayan salt, the young man is talking about, but he's on a restricted salt diet. He doesn't need to. Yes, ma'am.
The NAC.
NAC, yes, ma'am. It contains sulfur, yes, ma'am. Completely allergic to it? Okay. Then you use the charcoal at night. The other products will help you cleanse. The charcoal will be used at night. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I just got put on the beta blocker at night. Don't like it, but gotta stay on it.
Yes.
I can't do the charcoal then.
When do you take the beta blocker?
At night before I go to bed, like at 9 o'clock.
Wake up at 12 midnight.
12, okay.
Wake up at 12. No, it'll be worth it. Just put
Well, you
3
go to the bathroom.
3 or 4, exactly, and she'll have 3 or 4 of her charcoals ready to go. Yes, ma'am. The charcoal is after. Yes, ma'am.
I have 2 questions. You can't drink milk, like regular milk, that's bad. Just drink coconut milk instead.
For now.
And are farm eggs, like you get as a farm,
A good healthy egg?
are they considered organic? Are they
Yes.
good?
Yeah, as long as you know the person, you know where it's coming from and it's a legit process. Yes. Yes, ma'am.
You mentioned the charcoal.
Charcoal, yes, ma'am.
Your own medications, do you still do the charcoal?
The charcoal cannot be in the same gut as vitamins, minerals, or medications. So if you're on a medication you take right at night, then you would take your charcoal at when you wake up to go to the bathroom at midnight. Yes, ma'am. The charcoal, the way you're going to be using it is should not. It should not, because we're kind of flushing things through you. We're mobilizing toxins. The charcoal will grab it and it'll come out. It'll come out.
I usually take all my vitamins and everything when I first eat, which would be, for me, it'd be 11 o'clock.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
So it doesn't matter on those.
I would not just don't have your charcoal in with it. You'll have to have the charcoal at night. There's a reason. It's a binder. It pulls things out of you. Yes. Uh-huh.
Can I just like see like natural mint and then add that to the L-glutamine?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Or Xyla White makes, that's a good product. They actually use xylitol, and in this case, charcoal with a mint in it. That's kind of nice too. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You have to fall within what your doc's saying there. We're hoping that you're going to see a significant improvement in your cardiac ejection rates, and that's what we're looking for. But 64 ounces, I'm having them drink 64 ounces just with their pink drink. They're also so you have to modify that. You definitely modify it for you. You're going to customize this program for each individual situation. Yes, ma'am. Red Korean ginseng? No, there's no substitution. Why do you ask that? Oh, the blood thinner doesn't work with that? Then just don't use it. The things that we teach you are going to maximize the process, but if you can't use something, it doesn't cripple your process. It might slow it down, but it doesn't cripple it. Yes?
Three different things you said. It was first your arms,
Pecs,
then your quads,
then your abs, and we're actually mimicking what we found in the muscle studies of the cerebral palsy patients. Yes, ma'am.
What is it that's not supposed to be in like the blue cheese dressing that we buy?
Canola oil, soy, and those are the two things I really worry about with like mayonnaise and soy.
Do you have a dressing you recommend? Or pomade?
I was looking at ours and I couldn't find nothing. In Kroger. I really couldn't unless I was looking.
Dressings are wicked. Those are the ones I would suggest you probably start learning how to make. However, I did find one. It was called Lighthouse. It was blue cheese, and instead of canola and soy, they used olive oil. Olive oil, avocado oil, coconut oil. Write those down. Those are the only three we recommend you guys cooking with or preparing with. Olive oil, avocado, coconut.
That chicken is delicious.
Oh, good. Guys, I love food.
What was the last one?
I love avocado, olive, and coconut. Yes.
I probably missed something, but what are side challenges?
Side challenges are where I want you to begin to incorporate things that you've never had, like cutting up a pickle and frying it in oil and then putting egg on it and eating that for breakfast. But you don't like sauerkraut. But hey, listen, try stuff. But if you don't like it, just check it off your list. But I'm trying to get you guys to start eating more fermented and fibrous foods, because when I get you into the cutting phase, and some of you are already down. I mean, you're not supposed to be losing weight for another week, which is great. But when I get you into the cutting phase, it gets real tight on your foods. So you better enjoy the stuff now, because if you guys want to get serious where you start seeing your musculature, I will teach you what's called food cycling. And that is, I'll begin to teach that next week. Yeah, that's right, next week.
You can like eat the pickles.
Yeah, you can eat the pickles plain. Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, that's the way I've been doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sorry. That sounds delicious. Yes, that would be okay. Acceptable artificial sweeteners. That is a great question. We do recommend stevia. We're okay with xylitol. We are okay with small amounts of Splenda. Obviously, stay away from saccharin. Maybe. Depends on if you stop losing weight or not. And also, there's a new one that I found for you guys called monk fruit is very good. Monk fruit, and it's allulose, allulose, L-O-S-E, allulose. It is not. That is a new product.
You suggested that
You can find it on Amazon Prime.
you suggested,
allulose.
you suggested I put chai
That would be a good one for you.
collagen in my coffee,
Chai collagen in your coffee?
and that was fine enough for me without putting sugar of any kind in it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the chai collagen that we have. Some people use that as a creamer in their coffees. Like when they're not doing any of the programs, they just use that as a creamer. And you're right. That is really good. I'm okay with small amounts of Splenda. We have it in your product. We have it in your product. We've used Splenda for a long time. Now, some people give me a hard time about Splenda. What I tell them is, listen, we're seeing results. We're seeing our cancer patients do well. We're seeing our general public do really well. That stuff, it's so hard to make it taste good. And if it doesn't taste good, you're going to stop taking it. Sorry, I don't care if it's curing you of cancer. You will not consume it if it doesn't taste good. That's just the ugly truth of being human. Yes, sir. Broccoli is one. So kale, broccoli, cauliflower are all goitrogenics. Your thyroids are already thrashed and trashed, ladies especially. Thyroid and testosterone, those two hormones, if you start to drop them, that is the second effect of dementia. So I talked to you about blood sugar. I talked to you about non-REM sleep. Your thyroid and your testosterone levels, they start going down, you're in big trouble with your brains. So we do not want you eating vegetables that suppress thyroid function. God forbid. And that's what kale, that's what cauliflower and broccoli do. They are known goitrogenics. They create goiters. Take a look at the recipe I have for the triple burner soup, but you're going to be focusing on your green leafies. You're going to be focusing on asparagus. You're going to be focusing on things like, what about Brussels sprouts? Brussels sprouts. Beets. If you can figure out how to make beets work for you. I know I'm all for you guys. But listen, yes, Brussels sprouts. Any other questions? Ladies and gentlemen, we will meet you guys back here. Liz and the group, thank you again. The timing was perfect for you guys. So if you guys could do that exactly the same way, it worked out perfectly. Thank you, guys.